Congress, as you know, is set to give final approval today on a $789 billion economic stimulus package after lawmakers worked out last-minute disagreements over executive compensation and taxes. Well, joining us right now with Republican reaction to the bill is House Minority Whip Eric Cantor. He comes to us from Capitol Hill this morning. Congressman Cantor, good morning.
Good morning.
So, as you know, there were no Republicans in the House to vote for the first stimulus bill. Do you think that will change today?
Well, Carol, what we've got to do first is sift through the bill. I mean, this is a pretty amazing occurring of events here when you've got almost $1 trillion bill when you figure in the interest cost, and the release of the entire bill didn't really happen until well into this morning. So we're just trying to piece together the language, find out what's in the bill, and we'll see. I think, though, that the general mood of the Republicans here in the House is that this is more of a relief bill than it is a stimulus bill. And it has been our contention all along that we have to, one, do everything we can to turn the economy around and promote job growth. But at the same time, we have to be very mindful that we are putting ourselves in this country on a glide path to potentially spending 40% of our GDP this year alone, which again portends for inflation and future tax increases. Again, a lot of uncertainty out there.
But let me break in because I'm a little confused why Republicans are complaining so much about deficit spending now when, as you know, they inherited a surplus back in 2001 and they left record deficits in 2008.
Well, Carol, I know there's no better time than now for a little bit of contrition, and I think that certainly there is a grave concern in Washington right now and throughout the country that this stimulus bill doesn't get it right. We've had a proposal on the table in response to President Obama's request that we believe is a smarter, simpler stimulus bill, creating twice as many jobs at half the cost. We know that the job generation in this economy starts with the small businesses, and we don't see enough emphasis on that in this bill. But look, you know, our numbers in the House are 178 strong. Speaker Pelosi has indicated she doesn't need our votes, and again, we've got to go forward and try and get the capital from the private sector engaged so we can see job growth happen again. Let
me ask you about Senator Judd Gregg. As you know, he's withdrawn as a nominee for a Commerce Secretary. I mean, he has said, though, has come out, according to our Lizzie O'Leary, that he's not going to vote for this bill. I mean, will that change anything in your view?
Well, I think it is further substantiation that thinking, intelligent individuals throughout the country are having a lot of concern with this gargantuan spending bill. It's huge. It will add to the already trillions of dollars that have flown out of the Treasury this year alone, and again, making it very difficult for the future in terms of economic growth when you have this kind of potential to increase inflation.
Representative Cantor, though, are you saying, though, bottom line, this isn't going to do anything to help the economy in your view?
Well, this is what the problem is. I mean, President Obama, you know, he set a standard. He said he was going to change the way that we do business here in Washington. The way that this bill is coming down, again, we've not seen the entire bill all in one yet, and we're going to vote on it in a couple of hours. You know, the problem is it's not targeted to job growth. It has a lot of stimulus in it, and it has a lot of relief in it without a lot of stimulus.
All right, so let me ask you, you said you're going to vote on it in a couple of hours. What confidence do you have that indeed it will go through by the end of the day?
Well, I think certainly, Carol, look again at our numbers. You know, the Republican minority in the House is 178 strong, and, you know, they've got the numbers. Speaker Pelosi has designed this bill. She owns this bill. This is not a bill that will provide any stimulus. This is simply going to the debt markets, taking private capital and redistributing it around the economy without a focus on job growth and job sustainment. This is the problem here. So, you know, they're going to carry this bill across the floor, and, you know, they will get it passed, I'm sure.
Sounds like you think we're rushing through the process here.
It's not just rushing through the process. I mean, we've been going through several weeks of discussions trying to emphasize the fact that we ought to be focused on sustaining and growing jobs in this economy. We can only do that if private capital gets back into the game.
All right, bottom line, though, you think it's going to go through? 5 seconds here.
Yeah, I think it's going to go through.
All right, going to leave it on that note. Congressman Cantor, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Carol, thank you.
Congressman Eric Cantor from the state of Virginia.